All right, so another first look video today, and today we're looking at the historical Provorny. And if you guys did not know, this is an actual ship. So, back in 1943, the ship was designed and built. It was originally was called the Z-33, and after World War II, it was transferred to the USSR as a war reparations and was renamed the Provorny. The destroyer served in the Baltic Sea until 1956, after it was disarmed in 1958 and decommissioned in 1961. So, yep, we have yet another Tier 8 historical ship being added to the game. So, let's hop onto it and let's look over today's stats. So, the ship, of course, is currently in testing in patch 14.2 on the public test server. All the stats that are being shown are subject to change. But without ado, let's start taking a look. So the ship has a 19mm bow armor with a 25mm citadel plating, even though there's no citadel, so like side plating in the middle section. So that's pretty nice for 25mm. It's definitely going to help in those destroyer fights for tier 8, 7, and 6 destroyers when it does fight those. That's actually really impressive because a lot of destroyers at those tiers don't have high HE pen. So that 25mm plate could come in handy for dealing with destroyers. 19mm armor on the rear, and the rest of the armor is, about the same. When you have your health built in, it's 23,550, and that's for the commander as well as the flag. For the guns, you get 5 150mm guns. With a 4.8 second reload. These guns have a 30mm HE pen. You get both HE and AP. And would you consider these guns SAT Russian guns, or would you consider them German guns in how
Imported.
they're imported? Okay, so that would be German. Okay.
Yeah. It's the same 150mm guns that the other Germans get, except you get 3 of them.
Okay. All right, coolios. All right, so for torpedoes, you get a 130-second reload, 10-kilometer torps that do 15,100 damage. Now, that's a lot of damage for torpedoes, and the torpedoes are on the average side for speed, 60 seconds, but that 15,000 damage, that's a lot of damage for a tier 8 destroyer. That's a lot of damage, so they do hit pretty hard for tier 8s. Now, not as hard as the Japanese, but they do hit pretty hard.
I
Now,
think, let me double check. They actually hit almost as hard. Kagero Torps hit 21,000. Never mind.
yeah, Japanese torpedoes are just superior in every way. There's like nothing is going to beat them.
Yeah, they hit close to the stock Torps, not the upgraded Torps.
Yep. So for depth charges, this ship has 12 depth charges per charge, and you get 2 of them, and they do 2,400 damage. So a lot of depth charges for a tier 8 destroyer as well. So that's nice. Anti-air, 3.5 kilometers. Yeah, no. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Maneuverability, 37.8 knot max speed. That is with the flag. Turning radius is 670 meters with a 5.1 second rudder shift. The ship does come with a speed boost of 8%. So with an 8% speed boost and with the speed flag, this ship's top speed is about 40-something knots. Not the slowest, but not the fastest. How would you consider it to compare to other tier 8s?
Okay. The speed is about average. Like 36 base is, I think it's about average when you compare it to tier 8 ships. Let me double check here. It's squarely average slash slightly below average.
Okay. Now, the last thing that this ship is about the concealment. You have a 6.4 kilometer concealment. Yeah. Like,
It ain't good.
Yeah, it ain't good. It's average for tier 8. Not the best, not the worst. It's average.
It's bad enough to keep you out of the like stealthy destroyer radius. Like what's considered good stealth is 5.8 at tier 8.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you're just outside of that.
Yeah, that is
And you
unfortunate.
actually also lose to a lot of tier 10s as well.
Mm-hmm. There's even tier 9s that have like 5.4, so there's that.
Uh, However, there is a key thing about it. You get to fight tier 6 and tier 7s due to that tier 8 matchmaking.
Yep.
On occasion, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And in those cases, you actually have the same concealment as these tier 6 and tier 7s, which is kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Now, a big thing about this ship is the fact that it has a specialized repair team or a super heal in a DD's regard. So when you have the heal flag, the India Delta, and you have the HP flag and you build an AP, you get 282 HP per second for a total of 20 seconds. So that is a total of 5,640 HP you get, and you get 4 heals. So that means you can heal about a total of about 24 24 to 25,000 HP is how much you can heal in total. About. So you can heal all of your HP back in theory. In theory. Now, of course, you aren't going to get all of your HP back, like, you know, when you take damage. So you're not, so in theory you can heal that much, but you probably won't.
Just to clarify, it's not a true super heal. It heals, the base amount is 20%, which
Yep.
is a pretty good heal,
Mm-hmm.
but not like true super heal like you see on the British cruisers and just battleships.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, for sure. So it has a really good heal, a nice engine boost. The guns, what would you say the guns are on like a scale, like a 1 out of 10 scale, or like, compared to others? Would you say like off of their stats?
Based off the stats, those are German 150s, so they're identical to the Gade and the Z31 in terms of like ballistics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It didn't mention anything like a improved. It didn't. Let me double check. I don't see anything about improved AP penetration angles, so it shouldn't be as good as say the Macarier, which is at tier 8.
Yeah.
But of course, overall, they're still like German gun. They're still like almost 6-inch guns, and so they have some pretty good penetration.
Mm-hmm.
The accuracy is normal though, and your rate of fire isn't very high. So it's probably kind of like good ballistics, but relatively slow firing gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So kind of like typical Germans at that tier. That's kind of how they are.
I guess the closest would be it would either be the Gade or the Hoffman in terms of how the guns are supposed to be used.
Okay. Yeah, I do love me some Hoffman. Hoffman is probably my favorite German destroyer at this point. It's just so much fun to play.
Yep, but remember, I'm strictly talking about the guns, not the playstyle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, only the guns, not the playstyle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, overall, the ship just, like, I don't know. The stats just speak average to me. I don't know. Like, average.
Well, they're not bad in any regard. Like the main guns, if it's like the old Z23 where you had 5 main guns and you had about 100 DPM, it'd be fine. Not exceptional unless you're shooting broadside cruisers, but it'd be pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go down, and then you have torpedoes, which are 10-kilometer range and deal 1,500 damage. It's pretty solid. And you launch 8 of them. Nothing like too crazy, but it's pretty solid. So it seems like they're trying to make it kind of like a well-balanced vessel, except they just took away the smoke.
It would be nice if it had a smoke, but it seems like a common trend recently that we're getting a lot, and I do mean a lot of destroyers with no smoke, but they have a heal.
Mm-hmm. We've seen this in the Eskimo we did about a month ago.
Yep.
We're seeing this in the Boyskovica, which is also coming out about the same, which was announced at the same time.
Yep.
So I wonder if it's like this. It's going to be like the 2025 trend where wargaming slaps in. Also, also this was on the hull too. So it seems like a 2025 trend of wargaming just saying, "Hey, destroyers, you don't have any smoke anymore, but have this speed boost and this heal. Good luck."
It could be a trend to maybe slow down how many smoke ships there are, or like make it where there's more variety of non-smoke, because there is a lot of smoke destroyers. There's a lot of them. So
Yeah,
maybe
but
they're trying to add in more variety of non-smoke destroyers.
this is kind of an ironic way to do it because, yeah, you're trying to add variety by literally doing the same thing 3 times, 4 times at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of the previous destroyers I've mentioned, Hull, wait, I don't know. Did Eskimo have the heals in testing? It's been a bit.
It has the
Anyways,
heals. Yes, it does.
yeah, Eskimo, this, Boyskovica, all of them in their current configuration has speed boost and heal,
Mm-hmm.
and no smoke. And in this case, Provorny, it seems like the closest analogy would probably be the Gate or the Z30. Would probably be the Gate or like old Z23.
Yeah.
So they're just literally taking like previous ships, taking away the smoke and putting on that heal and speed boost,
Mm-hmm.
which increases the skill level and does let them operate in open water. But it's not a kind of ship I would recommend for a beginner.
Yeah, and
Especially
also with how many secondary ships there are.
cough, cough, liver tap, cough, cough.
Cough, cough, Libertad. Cough, cough, Libertad line. These kind of ships really suffer in those kind of environments because their gun ranges are legit within side of those ships' secondary ranges. So if they even try to shoot or anything, it's just pure hell for them.
Provorny is a little bit better off because she does have pretty solid torpedoes, unlike the previous ones I've mentioned. That being said, Ipiranga, Los Andes, and Libertad still have the improved engine acceleration as of this video.
Mm-hmm.
So hitting torps is not an easy feat.
Yeah, no, not at all. And the torpedoes are 60 knots, which is average for the tier. They're not slow, they're not fast. It's about average. So they're not bad torps. They do hit pretty hard, but that 2-minute reload is pretty long.
It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And you only get 8 torpedoes as well. So, and Wargaming also kind of advertises, how Wargaming advertises Pavoni it says best as a damage dealer, using your good blend of gun and torpedo power to threaten anyone from medium to long range. In the early stages, you're going to assist friendly destroyers by staying behind and punish the enemy destroyers trying to take a fight. And then later on, you're supposed to look for overextended enemy ships and then help your team deal the damage.
Mm-hmm.
They also specifically said you have to be careful when you choose your engagements, because you don't have smokes. You can't go dark once you start to fight.
Yep.
Remember, this is how Wargaming advertises the ship. It is quite possible she will go through a couple changes and not quite play exactly as we think she will, but that will come whenever we release the video. When Bo releases the video on the on the ship.
Yep. For sure. So, yeah, because I do first look videos on these ships to just get a first look while they're in testing. And then I do an actual review when I can give my actual opinion on the ship once I played it. So, we'll see whenever that comes out. But, yep, that's going to be today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this historical ship entering the game. And thank y'all for watching, and see you guys in my next video.